The Mongolian steppes stretch as far as the eye can see. A sea of green and blue, they seem to swallow the very horizon. The wind, a constant companion, whips across the plains. It carries the scent of wild herbs and the sound of horses' hooves. This is a land of harsh beauty, and it is here, in this unforgiving landscape, that our story begins. For centuries, nomadic tribes roamed these steppes. They lived off the land, their lives dictated by the seasons. These were hardy people, accustomed to hardship and struggle. Tribes clashed over scarce resources, their conflicts shaping the destiny of the steppes. Among these tribes, none were more feared than the Mongols. Fierce warriors and skilled horsemen, they commanded respect through sheer strength. Their lives were intertwined with their horses. To ride with the Mongols was to ride with the wind itself. That is, until a leader emerged from their ranks, Genghis Khan. The 13th century was a time of great change and upheaval. In Asia, a new power was emerging. The Mongols, under Genghis Khan, were on the move. Their armies, vast and disciplined, swept across the steppes. Genghis Khan was a brilliant strategist. His armies, mounted on their hardy steeds, could cover vast distances with astonishing speed. They struck swiftly and decisively, overwhelming their enemies with a storm of arrows and flashing steel. He broke down the traditional tribal divisions, creating a meritocratic system where loyalty and ability were rewarded. From the ashes of tribal conflict, a new empire arose, the Mongol Empire. It sprawled across Asia, uniting disparate cultures and peoples under its banner. Genghis Khan, the once obscure tribal leader, was now the Khan of Khans. His empire stretched from the Pacific Ocean in the east to Eastern Europe in the west. It was an empire of unprecedented scale and diversity. But Genghis Khan's ambitions went beyond mere conquest. He envisioned a world united under Mongol rule. He established a legal code, the Yasa, that applied equally to all subjects of his empire. The Silk Road flourished under Mongol protection, enriching both cultures. The year is 1162. Among the nomadic tribes of the Mongolian steppes is the Borjigin clan led by Yesugei. It is into this turbulent world that Temujin, the future Genghis Khan, is born. Life for young Temujin is harsh. The steppes offer little respite from the elements. Despite the challenges, Temujin displays remarkable resilience. He learns to ride almost as soon as he can walk, becoming a skilled horseman. His mother, Holon, instills in him the values of loyalty, perseverance, and ambition. These early years forge within him the strength and cunning that will define his later life. By his early 40s, Temujin had united the Mongol tribes under his banner. In 1206, a great Kurultai was convened near the Onon River. It was here that Temujin was formally recognized as the leader of all Mongols. Powerful clan leaders, many once Temujin's rivals, now bowed before him. Under a sky that mirrored the vastness of their ambitions, Temujin was bestowed with a new name, Genghis Khan. The title came with the weight of expectation. The Mongol tribes, now unified, craved expansion and wealth. Genghis Khan, a master strategist, understood their desires. He knew that the fertile lands beyond the steppes would be key to consolidating his power. The Kurultai of 1206 wasn't just a coronation, it was the ignition point for a conflagration that would sweep across Asia. He implemented a decimal system in his army, ensuring efficient command and communication. Genghis Khan's first target was the Shishia kingdom. In a series of swift campaigns, the Mongol armies crushed Shishia resistance. The fall of Shishia served as a brutal lesson to the world. The Mongols were a highly disciplined force, capable of conducting sieges and engaging in complex military maneuvers. Genghis Khan next turned his attention to the Jin dynasty. The Jin, though formidable, underestimated the Mongols. By 1215, the great Jin capital of Zhongdu fell to Genghis Khan. The Mongol Empire was no longer a regional power. The Khwarezmian Empire, stretching across Central Asia, was a wealthy and powerful realm. Its Shah, Ala ad-Din Muhammad II, made a fatal error by insulting Genghis Khan. In 1219, Genghis Khan unleashed his fury upon the Khwarezmian Empire. Cities like Bukhara and Samarkand fell to the Mongol onslaught. The Shah fled, dying a broken man on an island in the Caspian Sea. The Khwarezmian campaign was a testament to Genghis Khan's military genius. He employed a strategy of calculated brutality, making examples of cities that resisted. The Mongol conquest of the Khwarezmian Empire opened up the Silk Road to unprecedented Mongol control. The success of the Mongol armies lay in their adaptability and brilliant use of strategy. Genghis Khan was a military innovator incorporating new technologies and tactics. The Mongols were masters of deception, employing feigned retreats and ambushes. Their cavalry, riding small, agile horses, were incredibly mobile. The Mongol warriors were trained from childhood to ride and shoot, but the Mongols also understood the power of terror. Genghis Khan often offered cities the chance to surrender peacefully. Tales of cities put to the sword spread like wildfire. Conquered peoples were often incorporated into the Mongol army. This pragmatic approach to conquest made the Mongols an unstoppable force. By the time of Genghis Khan's death in 1227, the Mongol Empire stretched from the Caspian Sea to the Pacific Ocean. It was the largest contiguous land empire the world had ever seen. Genghis Khan's legacy was far more complex than just conquest. He had united disparate Mongol tribes, forging them into a powerful nation. He had established a legal code, the Yasa, that promoted religious tolerance and a meritocratic system. He had opened up trade routes, facilitating an exchange of goods and ideas. His empire laid the groundwork for a period of peace and prosperity known as the Pax Mongolica. Genghis Khan's descendants would continue to expand the empire, connecting east and west in a way that had never been seen before. The death of Genghis Khan in 1227 did not signal the end of the Mongol Empire. It ushered in an era historians would later call the Pax Mongolica. This Mongol peace was a byproduct of conquest, a stability enforced by the swords of the Mongol armies. The Mongol Empire, at its peak, encompassed a staggering diversity of cultures, religions, and peoples. Trade flourished under the Pax Mongolica. The Silk Road became a secure artery for commerce. Goods flowed from east to west and west to east. This exchange of goods was accompanied by an exchange of ideas, technologies, and artistic motifs. The Mongols, despite their fearsome reputation, were surprisingly tolerant rulers. This tolerance fostered cultural exchange and intellectual ferment. The Silk Road threads of trade and culture. The Silk Road, that ancient network of trade routes connecting east and west, had existed long before the rise of the Mongols. Yet it was under Mongol rule that it experienced a golden age. The Mongols, recognizing the economic benefits of trade, actively encouraged and protected merchants traveling through their territories. The result was an unprecedented flow of goods, ideas, and people across Eurasia. Caravans laden with exotic goods traversed thousands of miles, their journeys made safer and faster by the Pax Mongolica. Merchants from Venice rubbed shoulders with traders from Samarkand, their conversations a testament to the interconnectedness of the Mongol world. Chinese silk found its way to the courts of Europe, while European silver flowed east, fueling the economies of China and Central Asia. The Silk Road wasn't just about material goods, it was a conduit for knowledge and innovation. Paper-making techniques originating in China spread westward along the Silk Road, eventually reaching Europe. Gunpowder, another Chinese invention, made its way westward as well, transforming warfare in the centuries to come. In return, Islamic astrolabes and astronomical knowledge found their way eastward, influencing Chinese scholars. The impact of this cultural exchange on the development of both East and West is difficult to overstate. The Silk Road, under Mongol protection, became a vibrant tapestry of interconnected cultures, a testament to the power of trade and exchange to bridge even the most seemingly distant civilizations. It was a legacy of Genghis Khan, the warrior, that far outlasted the clang of swords on the battlefield. Tolerance and exchange, the unexpected openness of the Mongols. The Mongols, often perceived as ruthless conquerors, were surprisingly pragmatic rulers. They understood that their vast empire, encompassing a multitude of faiths and cultures, could not be governed by force alone. Genghis Khan, a pragmatist above all else, recognized the need to accommodate the diversity of his subjects. This pragmatic approach led to a level of religious tolerance uncommon for the era. Under Mongol rule, Buddhists, Muslims, Christians, and followers of other faiths were generally free to practice their beliefs. Genghis Khan himself, while adhering to traditional Mongol shamanism, consulted with Buddhist monks, Muslim imams, and even Christian missionaries. He saw value in understanding different belief systems, recognizing that a diversity of thought could strengthen his empire. This tolerance had a profound impact on the cultural landscape of the Mongol Empire. Mosques stood alongside Buddhist temples and Christian churches. Scholars from different traditions engaged in intellectual discourse, sharing knowledge and challenging each other's worldviews. This atmosphere of intellectual openness fostered a vibrant exchange of ideas. The Mongols, eager to consolidate their rule and administer their vast domains, often employed skilled individuals from conquered populations. Persian administrators served in the Mongol court, Chinese scholars advised on matters of governance, and Arab engineers oversaw the construction of roads and irrigation systems. This exchange of knowledge and expertise further blurred cultural boundaries and contributed to the flow of innovations across the empire. The Yasa, a code for an empire. Central to Genghis Khan's vision was the Yasa, a comprehensive legal code. It regulated military, social, and criminal aspects of life. Emphasizing obedience and loyalty, it promoted meritocracy. Genghis Khan rewarded talent and loyalty regardless of background. The Yasa also addressed trade, ensuring protection and standardization. While harsh, it had progressive elements like religious tolerance. Section 5. A complex legacy, Genghis Khan and the world he shaped. Genghis Khan, the warrior who emerged from the steppes to forge the largest contiguous land empire in history, remains a figure of enduring fascination and controversy. He was a ruthless conqueror responsible for the deaths of millions. Yet he was also a brilliant strategist, a charismatic leader, and a visionary who left an indelible mark on the course of world history. His empire, though born of bloodshed, ushered in an era of relative peace and stability across much of Eurasia. Under Mongol rule, the Silk Road flourished, facilitating unprecedented trade and cultural exchange between East and West. The Mongols, despite their fearsome reputation, displayed a surprising degree of religious tolerance, allowing different faiths to coexist within their realm. Genghis Khan's legal code, the Yasa, though harsh in some aspects, promoted meritocracy and laid the groundwork for a more unified legal system across the empire. The impact of Genghis Khan and his empire on the course of history is undeniable. His conquests redrew the map of Asia, shaping the destinies of empires and shaping the demographics of entire regions. The Pax Mongolica facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies on a scale never seen before, leaving a lasting legacy on the cultural and intellectual landscapes of both East and West. Genghis Khan's story is a reminder that even the most brutal chapters of history can have unintended consequences, shaping the world in ways that transcend the immediate impact of conquest and conflict. Section 1. A family legacy of empires. Genghis Khan's direct impact might have ended with his death, but his bloodline continued to shape the destinies of empires. His sons and grandsons, inheriting his ambition and military acumen, expanded the Mongol realm even further. From the steppes of their ancestors, they carved out kingdoms that stretched from China to the borders of Europe, each reflecting the legacy of their grandfather in unique ways. In the east, Kublai Khan, Genghis Khan's grandson, completed the conquest of the southern Song dynasty, finally unifying all of China under Mongol rule. He established the Yuan dynasty, a period of cultural blossoming and economic prosperity. Kublai Khan, unlike his grandfather, embraced a more settled lifestyle, moving the Mongol capital from Karakoram to Khanbalik, the city that would later become Beijing. To the west, the Golden Horde, established by Genghis Khan's grandson Batu Khan, held sway over the vast steppes of Russia, Ukraine, and parts of Eastern Europe. The Golden Horde's rule, though often brutal, had a profound impact on the development of Russia, influencing its political structure, military tactics, and even its language. The shadow of the Mongol yoke would linger long after the Golden Horde's decline. In Persia, Hulagu Khan, another grandson of Genghis Khan, toppled the Abbasid Caliphate in Baghdad, an event that sent shockwaves through the Islamic world. He established the Ilkhanate, a Mongol realm that stretched across Persia and parts of Anatolia. The Ilkhanate, under the influence of its Persian advisors, gradually embraced Islam, marking a significant departure from the shamanistic beliefs of the early Mongols. Section 2, Shifting Sands, the Mongol Legacy on Modern Borders. The Mongol Empire, vast as it was not built to last. By the 14th century, it had fragmented into a patchwork of successor states. The impact of Mongol rule on Eurasia's political geography was profound and long-lasting. The echoes of their conquests can still be seen in modern borders and political structures. Section 3. Cultural Echoes, from Language to Cuisine. The Mongol Empire was not simply a force of destruction, it was a catalyst for cultural exchange, leaving a legacy on the cultures they conquered and traded with. From language to cuisine, from artistic motifs to technological innovations, the Mongol imprint can still be discerned across Eurasia. Russian inherited words from Turkic languages spoken within the Golden Horde. The word for money, dengi, originated from the Turkic tenge. Mongol cuisine, shaped by the nomadic lifestyle, influenced culinary traditions. The use of meat, dairy products, and dough-based dishes reflect Mongol influences. These traditions continue across Central Asia, Russia, and parts of Eastern Europe. Section 4. The Genghis Khan of today, a legacy reclaimed. The legacy of Genghis Khan remains a complex and contested one. In the West, he is often remembered as a ruthless conqueror, his name synonymous with brutality and destruction. In many parts of Asia, however, and particularly in Mongolia, he is revered as a national hero, a unifier, a lawgiver, and the father of a nation. In recent decades, there has been a resurgence of interest in Genghis Khan and Mongol history, both within Mongolia and internationally. Scholars have sought to move beyond simplistic portrayals of Genghis Khan as a bloodthirsty tyrant, highlighting his military genius, his administrative skills, and his role in fostering trade and cultural exchange. In Mongolia, Genghis Khan has become a potent symbol of national identity and pride. His image adorns banknotes, postage stamps, and public buildings. Statues and monuments in his honor dot the Mongolian landscape. His name is invoked in political speeches and celebrated in cultural festivals. The 800th anniversary of the founding of the Mongol Empire, celebrated in 2006, was a momentous occasion in Mongolia, marked by parades, exhibitions, and academic conferences. The re-emergence of Genghis Khan as a national hero in Mongolia reflects a broader trend of post-colonial societies reclaiming their history and celebrating their own heroes. It is a reminder that history is rarely black and white, and that even the most controversial figures can be viewed through multiple lenses, their legacies shaped by time, perspective, and the enduring power of myth. The Mongolian steppes, vast and silent, hold the secrets of empires past. The wind whispers tales of thundering hooves and the clash of steel. Genghis Khan, a leader who rose from humble beginnings to conquer a continent. His empire, though long gone, continues to shape our understanding of history. The legacy of Genghis Khan's empire is woven into the fabric of our world. The trade routes he secured, the cultural exchanges he fostered, connect us to a past that continues to resonate in the present. Section 2. A World Transformed. Today, as we grapple with the challenges of a globalized world, the legacy of Genghis Khan offers both cautionary tales and surprising insights. His empire, built on conquest and expansion, ultimately crumbled under its own weight, a reminder that even the most powerful empires are not immune to the forces of fragmentation and decline. Yet, Genghis Khan's story also speaks to the enduring power of human ambition, the drive to connect, to explore, to push beyond existing boundaries. The Silk Road, revitalized under Mongol rule, stands as a testament to the transformative potential of trade and cultural exchange. a legacy that continues to inspire efforts to build bridges across cultures and continents. The world Genghis Khan knew was a world on the cusp of transformation. The Mongol conquests, though often brutal, shattered old certainties and opened up new possibilities. They facilitated the flow of knowledge from east to west, contributing to the Renaissance in Europe and the rise of new centers of learning and innovation. As we look back on the life and legacy of Genghis Khan, we are confronted with the complexities of history, the interplay of brutality and innovation, of destruction and creation. His story challenges us to move beyond simplistic narratives of heroes and villains, to grapple with the nuances of a past that continues to shape our present. The Mongol Empire, though long gone, still beckons, inviting us to explore the enduring impact of a nomadic warrior who dared to conquer the world.